Beep, 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 beep. Hello, welcome to the court of the Edijester. I hope you're all well. There are many things that have disgusted me, horrified me, and made me balk that I've come across in the last 5 or 6 years, and it will be the same things that have done this to you. The absolute terrible mistreatment of young people by this awful cult, and the results of what they've been doing in education. All those types of stuff that you and I all know are absolutely terrible. But few can come close to the image of a man abusing a baby on a bus, which was celebrated and lauded as he sat there with the baby hanging off of his fetid breast, right, trying to feed the baby with the gunk that was coming from his nipples, and then watching the scientific middle-class establishment try and find a way to justify it. That's probably up there. It was also one of the things that I've got most upset with my friends who didn't see the baby. It's child abuse, plain and simple. So, can I be surprised? Oh dear. To find this absolutely appalling occurrence happening with an organisation who, by the way, should close immediately. Breastfeeding charity suspends trustees who want to ban trans women from its service. That headline. You imagine that headline in 100 years? We'll look no more barbaric than we were when it was the Middle Ages. We'll look the same. Breastfeeding charity suspends trustee who wants to ban trans women from its services. Lulesh League complains to Charity Commission that demands break UK laws on protecting single-sex spaces. 6 trustees of a nationwide breastfeeding support group have been suspended for demanding that biological men be excluded from their services. We've lost the plot. We have lost the bloody plot. This is absolutely appalling on every level. There is no level on which this is not appalling. So the British wing of Lulesh League, LLL, international organisation, providing international best practice advice and guidance to women who have a difficulty breastfeeding. That's what it's for. And you want these fetishistic men in it. The British wing, see, they give support to those finding it hard to breastfeed, has been told by its US-based board of directors that the service cannot be single-sex and that they must support male lactation. There you go. That's as profoundly sick as it gets. This is a cult. It is a cult that begins by damaging babies. By breaking the bond between baby and mother. You don't think this is a cult? Then you are living in cloud cuckoo land. This is absolutely a cult. It's got all the hallmarks. They were also told that the use of the term mother could be a roadblock and that questioning gender ideology was harmful. The suspended trustees have now complained to the Charity Commission, saying the charities demand that trans women were admitted against UK law because single-sex spaces are protected. That's not the issue, right? I don't care if single-sex spaces are, are in law, blah, blah, or whatever it is. If this charity holds a meeting, right, and they want the women to be able to go in and to talk openly about the difficulties they are having doing something which should be natural to a woman but can be hard at times, if they're not prepared to understand that it's the baby that's at the centre and the woman that comes next, if they're prepared to let men into it, then I would suggest that 25 burly men stand outside wherever it is they're having the meeting and wait till the American executives come over and then stick them in the bin and send them back wrapped up like a parcel. I am way beyond single-sex spaces should be protected. I'm way beyond it now. Right? This thing ends. Repeal the damn GRA. For God's sake, this is at the root of all of it. It is at the root of all of it. It has to be repealed. It has to be repealed. It's the only thing we can do. Get this stuff out of the Equality Act and get it out now. Men are men, women are women. The Tory party, come on. You've got months to do it. Months before Labour gets in and you end up with fetishistic men sitting next to women who are deeply, deeply interested in the care of their child and sit talking about how they want to be able to lactate, right? You've got months to do it. Repeal the damn GRA. It's the only way forward. Absolutely had it with this bullshit. Get it out of the Equalities Act. One leader from the LLGB, the name for charity's British wing, said, many breastfeeding supporters like me feel utterly disheartened by the way our charity has become obsessed and sidetracked by sex and gender issues. Well, join the club, love. There's lots of us that are like that. And I know it's not nice, and I know it feels horrible, but that's the game now. Public are waking up, aren't they? That's what's happening. Oh, it's happened to me now. Now it's happened to me, I'll care. In the most recent diktat, we were informed that our charity is not and cannot become a single-sex charity. This is the Telegraph, by the way. This is not the Sun, right? We had already been told that the term mother could be a roadblock. It's the first word. And any attempt to question or debate these positions is hounded down as harmful. It is absolutely incumbent upon the Tory party to repeal the GRA, remove this nonsense from the Equality Act, because these people should be discriminated against. LARPing men attempting to infiltrate women's breastfeeding groups, American corporations telling people in Britain what they will do in terms of equality. How dare they? But then this always was an American problem. And then this woman added, this is not about excluding. It's about the safeguarding the vital breastfeeding. It is about excluding. Why stop fannying about? Stop. It is about excluding, right? Inclusion is not a good thing. All right? It's not a good thing. Equality, diversity and inclusion is totally corrupt at this point. It's not a good thing, right? I want to be able to exclude. I want to be able to set up, here are women's. I want to be able to set up a men's club and keep you out. And I want you to be able to set up a women's club and keep us out. How about that? Let's go back to that. Because it seems to me that this wasn't happening before. I want to be able to... Those middle-class wibblers going on about the Garrett Club. They're going on about the Garrett Club and women can't talk about breastfeeding without men there. I'm utterly sick of it all. Utterly sick of it all. Lactation can be induced in transgender women. No, it can't. No, it can't. And they're not transgender women. They're men. It's time the Telegraph woke up to that. Is it Ipso or whatever they're... Ipso bloody facto? No, Ipso. The bloody press people that tell the press what they can do. Stop calling these people anything but what they are. Men or women. That's it. Inclusion my backside. A woman turns up to a meeting. She's having a problem feeding her baby, which must cause her the most intense distress. Because it is something that is so unbelievably natural. It is something so unbelievably good. And they can't stay out of it. These LARPing, sick, fetishistic men. And then the other men, when you talk to them, they can't see the baby. Oh, well, that's all right. It's not harming anyone. There's a baby there. You absolute morons. Oh, I'm spitting blood. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. The article's in the Dubras as usual. Go on. Go and do something else. Stop listening to me. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.